that. So let me go ahead and get started. My name is Sade Lady McDougall. I'm a visionary strategist. What I do is I help startup entrepreneurs manifest your God-given visions of success. And I do that through business development, product development, and branding. I help you launch it to the marketplace. So essentially, if you've always wanted to manufacture your own products, have your own product line, really be a boss in the product industry, then I can help you with that. All right? So I want to talk to you guys today about the 5 phases of business. A lot of us just jump into business, and yeah, this is, for startups, because my specialty is products and startups. So a lot of us just jump into business and everything is all clouded. We don't know how to put things together. We don't know where things are going. You guys, I want you to know something. Know that business is a science. It is a science. It's a lot of measurements. It's a lot of testing, trials. It is very scientific. Okay? And your goal in being a business owner is to find the best solution that works for you. But business is highly strategic. It's highly scientific. It's no joke. I just want you to know that. All right, especially if you have dreams of taking your side hustle and making it into a big business. There's levels, there's steps. So today we're going to go over the 5 phases, the 5 major steps of business, okay? So today we're going to cover in depth, we're going to cover 2 of them. And then tomorrow we're going to cover the other 3. Because I don't want this to be no super long scope, okay? I have things to do. You guys have things to do. Some of you are just getting off of work. I have my little nieces here. I want to spend some time with them. This is my family in the background. This is my husband family, y'all. Right now we're over here spending time with them and with the kids. This is the family cruise. That's my husband right there. No, that's my father-in-law. Lord forgive me. Where's my husband at in here? I can't find my husband in there. But anyway, that's his people's. But anyway, so all right, so there's 5 phases. The first phase is the dream stage. The second phase is the startup stage. The third phase is the growth stage. The 4th stage is the scale stage. And the 5th stage is the thought leader stage. Okay, so those are the 5 stages. So what we're going to do is we're going to start first with let me get up my notes. We're going to start first with, and we're going to define, I'm going to help you define the stages, and we're going to talk about some of the key things you need to be focusing in on each of those stages, okay? And if at any time you find what I'm saying valuable, don't forget to go ahead and double tap the screen. Once I reach 150,000 hearts, I'll grant somebody, hello Fabiani International, I'll grant somebody a free strategic 1-hour session with me. I have people on here who have had the 1-hour session with me, and they can tell you it is very valuable. Okay, and you'll get that for free once I reach 150,000 hearts. If at any time you find what I'm saying valuable, also go ahead and share. You can swipe up for Android or swipe left to right for Apple to share with your tribe. I would appreciate it. Okay, so here are some of the things. First, we're going over the first stage. The first stage is the dream up stage, okay? So these are some of the characteristics of the dream up stage. It's very exciting. You just realize, hey, I want to go into business. And it's very exciting. You are filled with ideas. You're like, I really, maybe perhaps you've gotten a great idea for something. I know one of the things was I happened to be just shopping for my jewelry-based business. I happened to be shopping for jewelry for a wedding. And I was seeing all of these beautiful pieces, and I was just in love. And I'm like, I need to start a jewelry business. I also went to China, and I seen all of the jewelry pieces they had there. So jewelry just kept popping up into my life, and I was fascinated with it. So I said, hey, I need to sell this. So that's what happens during the dream up stage. You see something that you really think that'll make you a lot of money. You're excited. Another thing is, the dream up stage can be filled with a lot of worry and a lot of doubt, because most people, can you guys hear me? I want to do a quick sound check. Most people are not entrepreneurs, okay? And most of us aren't surrounded by a sea of entrepreneurs. So we're filled with a whole bunch of doubt. Okay, great. We're filled with a whole bunch of doubt. We're scared. We're not sure if we want to really embark on entrepreneurship. So yes, having fear and doubt in the dream up stage is normal. Another thing is, a lot of us in the dream up stage, we neglect to think of all that business requires. We underestimate success. And when I say we underestimate what it takes to really have a successful business. Okay? That's common with the dream up stage. You don't really get the full grasp of everything that's required till you jump in and start selling stuff. That's just what it is. The other thing is that you're doing during the dream up stage is you're doing a lot of research. So you're researching the products, the services. You're researching other people that offer what you want to offer. You're looking at pricing. You're looking at, you're checking people on Instagram, on Facebook who sell these same things. And this is a really powerful tip. Now, when you are doing your market research costs a lot of money. We're talking like if you go on IBIS World, IBIS World.com, I believe, and it's it's a market research firm. And just one of their reports is like $1,000. So market research is incredibly expensive, but you know what you can do? Especially if you live in a major city, this might be most impactful for you. Go to your local library. Whether you guys realize it or not, your local library already has access to these very super expensive market research companies like IBIS World. Go to your local library and use their resources for free and get your market research on your industry. You need to do research on your industry, okay? Also, for those of you who are in colleges and universities, they have access to these as well, these research tools. Go to the local librarian in your college or your university and get this information. This is things that I wish I would have done in a dream up stage. It would have saved me a whole lot of headache and a lot of stress, okay? So another thing that you do in a dream up stage is you happen to waste a lot of time on things that are on the wrong things, looking for the wrong things. Like you should be researching your competitor. You should be researching different types of products. But what you're really looking at is, you're mostly focused on being an admirer of people on Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest instead of really peeping their business model. That's what I mean when I say you're wasting time doing the wrong things. Start peeping those business models. Start seeing what are they doing to draw in the amount of clients that they are drawing in. Okay, so that's what you should be focusing on your dream up stage and putting together a plan. I'm not talking about a 500-page business plan. I'm not saying that. But you do want to put a plan together, at least touching on the pillars of business, which we have discussed previously, which is marketing, branding, finances. Marketing, branding, finances. My mind is drawing a total blank. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, wait. I gotta get to my notes. Yeah, sales. So you want to come up with some type of sales strategy. You want to come up with a marketing strategy, your branding strategy. You want to also think about what systems you can put in place to help your business run more easily, like Hootsuite for your social media. And you want to develop something for your finance, okay? So those are the 5 pillars that you're going to want to touch on in your dream up stage before you actually jump into business. Don't get too into debt because there's no way to possibly know everything until you actually start the business. And then you still don't know everything, okay? So don't get caught up on perfectionism. Just cover those 5 pillars, write out something, your strategic plan for each of those, and then get started. So another thing that you want to do during the dream up stage is begin to take action. If you do too much research, you will cower yourself out of actually starting the business. So begin to take some action. If you are selling product-based business, get a small amount of inventory. Don't go out and spend thousands upon thousands on inventory just starting out. You have to prove that people actually want what you have to offer. So just get a small percentage, a small amount of products and go out and sell those and see how that works, okay? Test things out. So also in the dream up stage, you're not selling anything. Now let's go ahead and move on to the start up stage. So we've covered the dream up stage. Now we're going into the start up stage. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so for the startup stage, here are some things that's going on in the startup stage. The startup stage is typically between 0 to 3 years, but you can be in business for 20 years and still be in the startup stage. It's really not predicative or based on time. It's based on where you are in your business growth, and what you're doing in the business. That determines whether or not you're still in the startup phase. Okay, I do want to say that. So for the startup stage, you're actually doing business. You're actually selling things. You've opened your business account. You have your tax ID. Okay, you're collecting sales tax for your state. You have those things going and working for yourself. You are official and you're selling. Another thing is you're bringing in small amount of sales, but it's really not enough to sustain your whole lifestyle. Okay. It's not enough to sustain your whole lifestyle, but you are bringing in sales. Another thing is your business is all consuming. So everything that you're doing, everything that you are doing, it's you're doing everything, and it's taking up all of your time. Especially if you're working, it's taking up a whole bunch of your time. Another thing is you have a lot of opportunities. Okay, once you really get your mind open to business, you think you can sell anything, and we was doing. At one time, I was doing jewelry, hair, bags, thinking about doing makeup. Like, we wanted to do... We was trying to catch like 4 rabbits at one time, and it created so much stress and so much havoc, it didn't make no sense. Oh my goodness. So that's one of the things that you have to really... So these are one of the keys of being in the startup phase. You want to have focus. You cannot chase more than 1 rabbit at one time. And if you are chasing multiple rabbits at one time, you're really not able to expand those businesses the way that you can. Believe it or not, each business offers you multiple streams of income. Any business that I touch, it needs to be able to offer me 4 to 7 streams of income. And you should have that same mindset for the business that you are in also. How can you expand something to 4 to 7 streams of income? Hey KB Handbags, if you're chasing 4 or 5 rabbits, you can't do that. You'll drive yourself crazy, and there's only 24 hours in a day. Hey, KB, thank you so much for joining. If you have any natural hair tips, please put them in the comment box. I really need some help with this. I just, my God. I've been wearing weave since 15 and perm since the age of 9. So if you have any tips, please let me know. But anyway, So also in the startup stage, you want to focus on what is working, what is bringing you money into your business. So we made a lot of money doing vending shows, and then there was a time where we didn't want to do vending shows anymore because it took too much of our time. Then our sales went. So you want to focus on what is bringing you in income and write that out, okay? And don't just abandon it and try other things. No, keep going with that, with what's making you money, and definitely try other things. But you always want to stick with your source, which is what is giving you the most income, okay? Excuse me. The other thing is, during the startup stage, this is where you really want to look into getting a mentor or a coach. Being in the startup stage is incredibly frustrating. It comes with a lot of, that's my husband, y'all. It comes with a whole bunch of frustrations. It comes with a lot being in the startup stage. And wouldn't it be so much easier to get a coach or to get a mentor that can help you to navigate the waters of startups, of being a startup? They can tell you, no, don't go to this supplier, go to this supplier. No, don't get this system, get this system. Start here, don't start there. Crochet braids. Okay, you know what? Somebody suggested that to me. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, KB. So the mentor or the coach is going to guide you in the ways that you should go. And the coach is even going to work even more closely with you to help you to develop your business and to help you escape a lot of the pitfalls that we all go through as a startup entrepreneur. The other thing is, you want to find a way to increase your cash flow and to get it going consistently. You want to have your business set to the point where you can pretty much predict how much money you're going to be bringing in each month. That's what you want to master in your startup phase. Why? Because if you are in the startup phase and you don't know your consistent income, and you go to hire somebody, you're going to be paying payroll out of your own money because you have not established a consistent financial stream of cash flow. Who wants to be paying people out of their own money? That's too much stress. You have a family of things you need to do for yourself. So that's something you want to master as well. And the third thing that you want to do in the startup phase is to make sure that you spend your money wisely. We are so eager, and I've been a victim. I've done this myself. We are so eager to spend to take money out of the business and spend it on ourselves and do this and pay bills and things like that, but you want to spend money wisely while you're in the startup phase. Hey, Lady Osborne Ministry, thank you so much for joining. You want to constantly be reinvesting back into your business. So for you product-based businesses, here is a tip. Keep note of how much you are spending in inventory. Keep note. And then once that sells, so say you pay $30 for something, right? And it sells for $60. You need to take that $30, at least, at minimum, that $30 and reinvest it back into your inventory purchases. Don't go just spending money wildly when you begin to make a profit in your startup stage. Don't spend money on things like this is one thing that we did with me and my partner, sister, girlfriend. We had went to New York City. We had both just got our taxes and we blew $1,000 on inventory when our sales wasn't even that all that. We had that jewelry for a month, 6, 7, 8 months. It took us to clear out that jewelry when we could have spent our money on marketing efforts, when we could have spent that money and hiring a VA for a short amount of time to set things up with us for our emailing list. There are so many more important things we could have done with that money than blow it on inventory that was already moving slowly. So you want to make sure you're spending your money correctly. So today I have covered there's 5 stages of business. Again, that's dream up, start up, growth, scale up, and then thought leader. Today we covered the ins and out of the dream up stage and the startup stage. I told you different characteristics of each stage, and I told you what you need to be focusing on the dream up and the startup.